Welcome to our weekly movie talk for the last time this year, but we will continue, of course, next year. And so, because Christmas is ahead and the year is ending, we thought it's the perfect time to just talk Christmas movies and have fun. As always, I welcome my co host, Sean. Hey,
What's
Sean,
going
how
on,
are you?
everybody? Doing fine, bro. I can't wait to talk some Christmas movies.
Yeah, it's it's always from the days when I was a child. You getting up. I think here's is a little bit different because we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. That means we're getting the presents in the evening, and you're getting it at the 25th in the morning.
Mhm.
So I always remember getting up on the 24th and then watching in the morning all the Christmas cartoon episodes to get the day over with, so you can finally get your presents. And it just feels wholesome when you rewatch the Christmas movies and the cartoon specials, the TV specials. It's
One movie I did watch earlier in the week because Big Will put me and Daryl on it that said we gotta watch it and then talk about it on tomorrow's show. Krampus.
I absolutely hate this movie.
He said you gotta watch it, so I watched it and I'll talk about it tomorrow on the show when he asks about it.
Because that's not Krampus. That's like
I know for you it's not Krampus
yeah,
exactly.
that's like
It's the
yeah,
more
that's
modern one.
anti-Santa. That's not Krampus. This is Krampus. This is Krampus. It's not an anti-Santa. It's like it's an own being, and also it's pretty much it's on the 5th of December. It comes with Saint Nicholas, and so it's basically not a Christmas movie so much. It's more like a pre-Christmas movie. But the Austrian actress, the casted as a grandmother, she really has an awesome Austrian accent. You can really hear that she's for real.
Hmm.
Hey, Magic Lasso.
So last old.
Bye. Kit Kat. Oh yeah, because I posted on Instagram today. I got these nice cheesecake Kit Kats from an Asian store, and those are delicious. They taste really like a cheesecake. I don't know how the Japanese do this, but Japanese sweets are just the best.
Find ways to mismatch things.
Yeah. Yeah. What's actually your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh man. Outside, we mentioned backstage, you got Jingle All the Way, you got Scrooge, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. Love that movie. I love the Home Alone movies. You know, A Christmas Story was a fun movie. They used to marathon the hell out of that movie when I was growing up. So shit, I had no choice but to watch it because it was on TV all the time. I liked it, Miracle on 34th Street, but it's not one of my favorites. It's like certain parts I could watch on it, but I enjoyed it. And there's so many more. I was supposed to watch This Christmas with Delroy Lindo and Idris Elba. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I remember enjoying that movie a lot. There's so many Christmas movies, man. It's kind of hard to narrow them down because once I get off and stuff, and of course people are going to talk about Die Hard being the Christmas movie. Even though the Christmas setting is more background to the action and the terrorism, but people want to consider it a Christmas movie. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, totally. Batman Returns also takes place during Christmas. So
Yeah.
having a lot of movies that actually take place during Christmas, it's very often. It's Super Mario Brothers is a Christmas movie. There's also Christmas in the background.
But I like the movies where Christmas is the main theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always say is if it works for you, hey, whatever gets you like in the mood for Saturnalia. You can watch a porn and say it reminds you of a Roman Saturnalia orgy for Sol Invictus on the
I even watched the Santa Claus movie with Bill Goldberg.
Oh, I need to. That's one I really need to every year I want to watch this movie, and every time when I want to buy it, it's sold out.
That movie crazy as fuck, man. Bill Goldberg got signed with killing people, man. And then you had some of the horror movies, like the OG Jack Frost movies. You know,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of Christmas horror movies.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of Christmas horror movies. I'm watching horror movies all year, and mostly when I'm in Christmas mood, I love to watch like the wholesome stuff. I'm a big sucker for Christmas specials for TV series. I love like I rewatch every year all the Married with Children
Yes.
Christmas episode, like Santa at the Lakeside Mall.
I rewatched Married with Children once, A Different World, and a bunch of like Fresh Prince had a couple of great Christmas episodes.
Yeah, I love it when I loved it when Peggy Bundy wrapped herself like in a gift. You want to open your present? It's like it's just a thing that I had. Like you just packed in the old stuff I haven't played with last year.
I'm like, yo, ow, man! If you don't want that, I'll slide in on that. Peggy was hot.
No, yeah, and I mean, he had a stable job. You know, and as a kid, you thought, oh, he's selling shoes. He's just a loser. Now, as an academic, is like this is a very stable job. It's like he has a house, he has a hot wife, he has a job. He's doing nothing yet and still gets paid. It's like Al Bundy is living a dream.
But you're not really living the dream when you gotta deal with fat women coming in this giving you problems.
But even Al, even though they played It's a Wonderful Life on all the channels,
Yes.
he had his Christmas oil wrestling, and he had also the Psycho Dad Christmas episode.
Oh, Psycho Dad, man.
Psycho Dad.
Yep. Mentioned It's the Wonderful Life, man. That's another fun movie that they play marathons of all the time.
I'm not such a big fan of like the old Christmas movie, even though I love old movies. But I'm more a sucker for comedies that are totally crazy, but somehow having a very wholesome mood at the end for Christmas. I mean, I even love a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas can cross all genres. We talked about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, and that's an action movie. You got the comedies, you got some movies that have romance and have Christmas as a theme, and then you can do Christmas with pretty much anything.
Yeah. I always laugh, of course, because I am very much into like an Germanic folklore. I always laugh when they are talking about as we call the Rauhnächte, the winter solstice and the pagan gods. Like in Supernatural, they're fantastic Christmas episodes with Nordic lore. This is also what I really like.
And then there's been so many adaptations of the Scrooge storyline.
Yes.
You'll be visited by three ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. And I always like some of the different variations. They throw some changes in there. But so like I loved the real Ghostbusters Christmas one where they bust the three ghosts.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, and Peter was not liking Christmas, but by the end of the episode, he started having appreciation for it.
Yeah. Happy holidays, Slide Up. Thanks for being in the live chat. Yeah, so that's what I always love about these movies, because in the end, everything is good. This is also why usually I don't like sad Christmas movies. Like I think some of these Scrubs Christmas specials, they were way too sad. So I always really like when in the end everything is wholesome, because there's enough shit all year long. So it's very good when you at least can pretend for 1 month that not everything is going to shit.
And another thing I like about these movies is how they show, the boss who's like a dick, like in Scrooge or even Vacation, where the the boss don't give out bonuses and stuff like that. Who gives out towels and shit?
It's the gift that gives on giving.
like what about Andre? Towel.
Hey,
So and then by the end of the movie they have a different tone because I love the vacation how Uncle Eddie kidnapped the boss and pulled him to the house. I got the guy who caused all the problems, man, because he didn't get his bonus. So
it's the boss is Bill Murray's brother.
Yeah. I love. He was in Screws too, of course, and I was like, yo, man, that dude hilarious. Like you could tell his voice instantly when he talked. You're like, yeah.
I think National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Because I've watched this since I was a kid. As a kid, I loved it because it was so hilarious. And the older you get, the more you can identify with Chevy Chase's character, especially when he's in the attic and he's watching the old stuff, and he's like, I can every year can relate more and more. It's like, fuck, time is passing so fast, and these are the memories that stay with your life. And of course, you're getting also like lots of nostalgic and lots of crazy, especially when a kid, like there's the family visits and everything, and you love everybody, but everything is also a little bit too much. So I really also like when all the relatives came, that the camera put this close up, so it looks so threatening and everything.
Yeah, I love when they arguing outside the door, and he opened up the door, like the whole family could hear them arguing outside. Like, oh shit. And then I was right there with the kids. Like, I don't want to give up my room to my grandparents. Like, no.
Yeah, it's Clark Griswold. Like how many crimes commits like in all the Vacation movies.
Yeah. It was a running gag, a parody.
Yeah, it's for sure a classic. It's a Wonderful Life.
And another thing I love was at the beginning of the movie, they traveling all out to the woods to get that one special tree. This tree is like freaking 100-foot tall. Shit, like how's that gonna fit in the house?
Yeah,
we'll make it fit. I was like, oh Lord, man.
Yeah, I think this movie sums up Christmas so well. Like with all the beautiful stuff, with all the that annoying stuff, which in the end is still beautiful when you think about it once it's over. Especially Cousin Eddie. It's maybe one of the most iconic characters.
Yep. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve. Exactly. Smash that like button.
And Steve was killing it this week with Beulah, man.
Yeah, and he uploaded his first videos. I mean, Steve has a lot of subscribers before he even uploaded the video.
Yep.
So now the sky is the limit.
Yep. Now he got to keep doing it. You can't start and stop. Now you got to keep doing it, Steve. Hey, Steve, start a live stream on your show so we can jump on your channel.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I one thing I love about Vacation is the setup of him trying to set up all these lights.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, he ain't break no bones, he ain't suffer no major injuries falling off that damn ladder. He sets up all those lights, and then when he went to plug them up, nothing comes on. And all the disappointment, man. It's like that shows how a Christmas dad is. He does all that work and them lights don't come on, but the switch downstairs in the house wasn't flipped up. And I like how the wife toyed with him when he thinking, oh, they on. She turned it off like, what? And then he starts destroying shit, the reindeers and all that stuff.
And I think the best thing is like also like his father-in-law is like, the little lights aren't twinkling.
He had before the lights finally came on, he had to go and check all the bulbs. And know that's a pain in the ass when you set up Christmas lights and you got a couple bulbs that's out that takes out the whole thing. He's like,
Yeah. And then of course he goes and then it sure looks swell, Clark. Yes, Cousin Eddie. Like, Eddie?
Well, Randy Quaid has such a fucking his face, man. You see him like, yo, you can't start laughing, man.
Yeah. And when you look at his Twitter account, he really turned into Cousin Eddie.
and then they turned on those lights, and that shit was so blinding to the next door neighbors.
Actually,
They
the
were,
cool neighbors, like, this is like one thing in the movie, they did nothing wrong. Like the neighbors, they're getting everything bad-handed to them. Like the only crime is to be wealthy.
they were getting the dirty through the whole movie, man.
Yeah, like, where are you putting those? Where are you gonna put this tree Chriswood? It's like, bend over and I'll show you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Oh man, they got it the worst in the movie, man.
Yeah.
I just love that movie so much, man. It's just so many great scenes in there.
You have to
You
go
know,
chopper.
what's up, Rob?
Hey, Rob. Yeah, it's but it's a movie I basically watch every week, Christmas time.
Yeah.
I can watch this movie on and on and on and never be bored. It's the same with Jingle All the Way. Like this, Jingle All the Way is my second favorite Christmas movie, and this and Vacation never get old because it's just so entertaining. Every scene, there are no lengths in it. The humor is so well balanced, and it's just enjoyable and in the end wholesome.
That movie really sold Christmas shopping at its worst. I mean, when you go on Christmas shopping the day before Christmas, you can forget about it, man.
Yeah, and for everybody in the chat and every subscriber, thank you. You're my number one customer.
He said that to his wife. Here's my honey.
Thank you. You're my number one customer. I also laughed today that only today you realized that I did a face swap on the thumbnail with Arnold and Simba.
Yeah, man. I was going to go and share it, and when I look, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Arnold. That's you. And I look at Simba, and I see my goatee and all. What the? That was creative, man. You really caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what was tough? Finding a picture of you this year without a mask.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was creative though, man. I liked it. Now I'm worried that you're gonna be doing this for future stuff.
I'm way too lazy to do this.
Hey, if we do a special on the Lethal Weapon, you put me on Danny Glover. You know, Gibson.
Well, you do know you're old for this shit. So.
Oh.
But yeah, we gotta do a special on Lethal Weapon for sure, Nick. Yeah.
Hey, and the first Lethal Weapon took place during Christmas.
It's also a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. I mean, I like when Gary Busey drives the car into there, knock all the trees over, and then he said, "Fucking Christmas movie, shoot the TV." Goddamn Christmas.
Diplomatic immunity.
Oh man, I love it. He delivered that line so well, but yet took a bullet to the head so well as well.
Perfection.
But yeah, Jingle All the Way was the perfect movie to show how crazy people are trying to get a last minute toy. And that Turbo Man was freaking crazy.
And I remember this from my childhood, you know, and especially the parents back in the day who were not so like specialists on pop culture. You know, you were playing anything, and they said, "Hey, you have to be on your Nintendo." Like everything was a Nintendo. And of course, when I said, "Oh, I want a Soundwave figure," like a Transformer was a Transformer was a Transformer.
Yeah, they don't get you that figure that you want, but they give you all the other figures.
Yeah. I've never seen Grease 2. But Michelle Pfeiffer dressed as a Christmas tree. If she's also in her Catwoman costume, sounds very intriguing.
But you know what makes Jingle All the Way so special is, you know, how Harry is so fed up. caught up with work that he misses everything for his son.
Yeah.
And we see that, sometimes where, the father's busy with work and all that stuff, and he misses out on his son. You would think Christmas is that one time that he gets to spend with his son, but he's caught up with work and stuff. And then when he forgets that he ain't buy the toy, now he's got to go out that Christmas Eve morning and search all day for the toy. It's like,
it's your old day at work and not coming home, and the next thing you realize that your wife is kidnapped by sand people, and your kid is becoming a dark Sith Lord.
I like how when he looked at when Sinbad was explaining his history as a worthless post office, he see his son right there, and he like, damn it, I'm gonna be the worthless dad to my son, and now he's gonna turn out to be him.
Hey, Gary B, something bad.
That was pretty funny, man. I loved that scene.
Yeah, and also the chemistry between Arnold and Sinbad. It's like a tragedy. Only did one movie. And I mean, there is a sequel to Jingle All the Way, but we won't talk about that one. It doesn't exist, really. But the characters, even though they are from two total different social classes, they work so well. They play so well off each other. It's,
and then you got the other dad, Phil Hartman.
Oh, Phil Hartman.
Oh my! He played the perfect sleazebag, all American dad. All the women say, "Oh, can you come and fix my lights and stuff?" Giving him cookies and shit. And Phil Hartman just had that. All these cookies. I love when he picked up the phone and said, "Yeah, I'm tasting your wife's cookies." It's like,
put that cookie down. And it's also so. I also love that Randy is called Ted, and when the son is on the phone, it's like, "Where's mom? Mom is out there and is petting Ted." She's what?
I love
this is also so good in it.
Yeah, the jokes is funny as hell, man.
Hey,
and Phil, what's up, Nikolai? The Phil Hartman, God rest his soul, man. He plays a perfect straight man that always has this sleazebag element to him,
Yeah.
And he did that in CB4. He was that in a few other movies, but this movie he took the cake, man. He just comes off as this dad trying to steal another man's wife. He's cooking the cookies. He's trying to put the star on the tree when that's supposed to be for Harry to do it. And like, man,
yeah,
but he's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, he's having all the babies cold outside wipes.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Phil Hartman, man. Awesome guy.
Like, there's only one part of this movie that I don't like, even though later he redeems himself. I don't like that he's trying to steal the toy from.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I did like him trying to say, "What am I doing?" Because it's a low point when you steal your neighbor's toy, and that's for his son. And it made him look real bad and stuff. It's just that the deer had to ruin the whole damn moment. He's like, "I'm gonna go put it back," but the deer's like, "Nah, I'm gonna fuck you up."
But I like that he had this moment with the deer when they were drinking together later.
After he knocked the deer out.
Yeah. It's Arnold knocks out a camel, and so he can knock out a deer for sure.
Hey, he smashed two dogs' heads together one time in True Lies, man. Classic.
And also don't forget that a crocodile is only luggage. You luggage.
Yeah, man. It's so much fun. Like, him and Sinbad work so well together. Like, and then the damn cop that Arnold keep running into.
Yeah, this is a very great running gag. I really like that one, of course, with the bomb squad and Sinbad's character having like what he thinks is a fake bomb. It's a sick world.
The first one was fake.
Yeah.
The first one he tried to pull at the radio station. That was another funny scene where they had to run to the radio station. But the second one, that was a real bomb? Oh, there's sick people in this world, man.
It's so fun, and also like the parade, like also the action later, which is. But I also appreciate so a bunch about this movie. It's getting really silly in a good kind of way, where they're totally playing with when they're fighting and he's really shooting out everything, and when he's taking over at Triple because the guy before had a little incident with the jetpack.
They kind of
Yeah.
played. What's up, Al? They kind of played up to that a little bit with the head trauma from the jetpack.
Yeah.
When Arnold went straight into the wall head first.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a killed right there.
That's a broken neck. Yeah, that's like. And also the poor family that's flying through is like.
That whole ending sequence though was fun as hell, man. Like Sinbad coming from the rafters, the crowd booing him. He's like, yeah, take this. And they like, is that in the script?
And don't forget Belushi.
Belushi, Jim Belushi, man.
Yeah.
Him and all those Santas.
Yeah, especially Big Show Santa.
Yeah.
It's played by the Big Show. Yeah. It's like, oh no, little buddy.
So Andre fought Andre the Giant. Almost fought Andre the Giant. Then he fought the Giant, who was Big Show, man. So that was pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, and the center fight is fantastic to begin with. It's so crazy. It's like every time I'm watching this movie, I always have in my mind that the movie's newer than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really hard to believe that the movie is like over 20 years old.
It's still fun, man. I don't know. I mean, it got panned by critics, but everybody talks about this movie. We all love it.
I mean, he just recently had a stroke, so hopefully he will recover from that one.
Yeah. It's funny, after this movie and then he did the HBO comedy specials, Sinbad fell off big time. Like, we haven't seen him in years until like maybe the late 2000s.
Yeah, because it was always nice to see him on screen. He was also in Meteor Man.
Yeah, he always was. I mean, I remember when I watched him on The Different World, that's where he really got his first break, that and the Apollo show. Yeah. But he always was a great actor, had great charisma. And that's why because he wasn't going to be in Jingle All the Way at first. But the studio said, we need somebody who has that same body build, not muscular, but in terms of even body with Arnold to play off with. And he was the perfect cast.
Yeah, and especially like in the mall when they had to fight, and it's like, he got two.
Yes. Yeah. That whole thing with the bouncing balls, when they threw the balls up in the air to get a ball. I'm like, how y'all not get one ball out of all those balls? And then he go chasing the kid who got the ball. And then all the mothers just beating him up because they call him a pervert.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It really became an instant Christmas classic. And Arnold, personally, he loves Christmas. I mean, the only movie he directed personally is Christmas in Connecticut, the remake with Chris Christopherson.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, the guy who trained Blade. Which is actually, it's a pretty wholesome movie. Like Arnold has a little cameo in it, but this is like really like just a Christmas movie, and it really shows what Christmas means to Arnold.
Man, it's a great holiday,
Yeah,
and Arnold really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, he's getting there soon. If we need something, if we don't need something anymore, it's Any Dead People in 2020.
No, man.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I'm still praying for Biz Marquis. He's still recovering from his stroke, and he's in the coma. So.
Yeah, it's been a rough year, like for sure.
Just lost the original Boba Fett.
Yeah, Jeremy Bullock is It's really like every day is when a name is trending, it's like, oh, please.
I get worried when I see Ric Flair's name trend, man.
Ric Flair is eternal villain. Ugh.
But anyway,
That's also
let-
something that Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan is still alive, especially in the business where people die young. And Hulk Hogan is also Santa with muscles.
yeah, I was about to bring that up. Santa with muscles, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestlers in Christmas movies. Mentioned Bill Goldberg. Hulk Hogan also. The Big Show was in Jingle All the Way.
Yep.
I'm really wonder why the WWE studios never did a Christmas movie.
They should have turned one of their movies with Kane into a Christmas horror movie.
Which movie gets which movie is getting aired in France? Would be interesting. Actually, I really don't remember what is. Because I was watching always the cartoons. So actually, I don't really remember a Christmas movie, a German one, but I'm watching Die Feuerzangenbowle every New Year's. That's like my tradition. I absolutely love Die Feuerzangenbowle. Probably no American knows this movie. But it's a German comedy classic, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah. But I want to move on to my next movie, and that's Bill Murray in the movie Scrooge.
Scrooge is such a fantastic 80s movie. It's a Christmas movie, and there's so much horror in it, but in the best kind of way. These ghosts of the Christmas past, especially, it's like wow.
I love the cab driver though.
Future, and it goes to Christmas future with all the souls trapped inside him. It's like, damn.
I like when he opens up the elevator the first time and he sees the similar ghost, but there's a guy in the costume and he's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Only Bill Murray can freak out like that, man. It's awesome. And then when he goes in there, he thinking it's the same guy. Then he opens up the thing and you see the souls. He like opens it up again.
Yeah. But what I really like about this, the trailers they promoted, for the Christmas action movies in the beginning, this actual parody. I'm like, I want to watch that movie.
Yeah. I was like, man, I want to see that Scrooge movie, man.
Yeah, it's this movie is so 80s, and I absolutely love it.
And it's perfectly acted. There's some really good actors in there. Alfred Woodard is in there as the mother who's trying to take care of her kids.
Yeah.
And being overworked and compensated at the job by Bill Murray. And what's his name from Police Academy movies? I keep forgetting his name, but he gets fired on the first time, and he gets drunk, all wasted and stuff.
But Michael Winslow?
No, not Michael Winslow. The one who acts like a complete goofball.
Yeah. He gets. Yeah, that's I wouldn't forget his name.
But man, I like when he comes back in with the shotgun and starts chasing Bill around.
The French. Yeah, probably the new French Christmas movie every year is Cuties.
Yeah. And then, you had Karen Allen in the movie, played the love interest. I just love the movie. It's like I said, it's the perfect movie version of Scrooge. Bill Murray was just phenomenal, and I love his dry humor, that he hacks over the top moments, and only Bill Murray could do what he did at the end of the movie with that ad lib when he giving that speech. Yeah. Like it's totally ad lib, but at the same time you get a little teary eyed because you feel what he's saying, and that's what the perfectness about this movie is, how it ends on such a great positive note.
It's and I also think that Bill Murray that this character is not so far from his his actual personality. Yeah, there's always that one story I hear about him where I think somebody wrote it once. He said he was in New York in a McDonald's and Bill Murray came in and stole a fry from him and told him nobody will believe you.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Hey, werewolf, and hello, Il Capitano.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scrooge is also a mainstay to watch for Christmas. It's because this is really one of these movies where there's an absolute douchebag and he really redeems himself in the end.
Yeah.
And the horror, especially like the vision with him, like in the with him burning in
Oh
the
man,
yeah the
I love that.
coffin, and also when his former boss, like who's a zombie, holds him out of the window and he's trying to escape and he's just ripping the dried flesh off his hand. So
Yeah, man. And then I like the emotional aspects of his past. Really starting to affect him. Like the story with his brother, his girlfriend, and how he was raised with Christmas. And by the way, and when he was a kid, his father was played by his brother.
yeah,
So I everybody has different stories about how Christmas affected them, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And there's another movie I'm going to talk about, that had a impactful story on the character why they didn't like Christmas. But
there's also a very nice scene at the end.
yeah, because his story was tragic, with
Yeah.
the loss of his father and him not speaking because he witnessed it. That's something that you don't want to see as a kid. So when he spoke at the very end, it was like a nice sign of relief that it come full circle. He sees something that's joyous and stuff, and now he's able to say something, and it was a great moment.
It's really sad that the kids nowadays can't have movies like this because this would be full of trigger warnings. And
Man, she kept abusing him. She kept abusing him. I liked the part when he was, when she dumped him into the sewer light, and he saw the homeless man that he saw earlier at Karen's place for the homeless, all frozen and stuff, and he's holding, and it was like he was looking at his own fate,
Yeah, it's like when I watched it for the first time as a kid, this was one of the movies where you really had goosebumps from all the scary stuff, but you have to finish it because it's such a great movie, and also at the end the message is so positive.
Yeah, and it also got some good gags in there, especially that
the
lady.
humor, of course.
That lady kept taking abuse in the studio.
Yeah, totally. Like I said, it's like a hard line to walk, and this movie is so well balanced.
Yep. Hey, it's animation.
Hey, Sunny. I still have to watch Scrooge this year, so I'm looking forward to it. Still, yeah, only 6 more days till Christmas.
Yeah, man, it's flying through, man. We'll be in 2021 in just a week or so. So, what's your next movie?
Of course, Kremlins.
Yes. Now, see, this is why I was talking about with Scrooge and how an element of Christmas that some people say I don't like Christmas. The girlfriend says she didn't like Christmas because of what happened to her father.
The chimney.
The chimney, yeah, and to think that the father went missing all this time, they're like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And then they find out that he died in the chimney, broke his neck. That's terrifying to witness to yourself. Your father took
This movie deals with a lot of stuff, like also like more realistic stuff. Especially with the neighbor that lost his job and he's drinking and he's like fucking foreign cars.
And then he talked about the Gremlins. He was the one that
the Gremlins. Yes, the Gremlins.
and
they did a lot of real stuff for like the family that needs to pay the rent and talks with the bank, but the evil lady.
Oh, she had it coming. That was the one death. I was like, yo, that was the funniest death in the movie.
Yeah, and even the police didn't give a shit when she died.
Oh, they like, yo, let's get out of here, man. They saw Santa, the Santa Claus. He had all the gremlins on him. Like, yo, let's get out of here. They didn't even bother getting out to pull out their guns. I think, fuck out of here. But she had it coming, bro.
Yeah, she
Had it coming.
There was like there's not a lot of scenes where you want an old lady to die.
And that's the funny thing about this movie is that it's very dark.
It is.
It's very dark. Like you watch this as a kid, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers are literally taking people out.
And we already mentioned in the pre-show, people talk a lot about female heroes like Sarah Connor or Ellen Ripley, but the Peltzer mom, how she took out 3 gremlins, cold, unprepared.
Gruesome. Had one spinning in the spinner thing just to get tore up, and another one killed by a microwave.
Yeah. Do you hear what I hear? Yeah.
That was awesome, man. Then she stabbed one before the gremlin got her with the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yes, she kicked ass.
And wasn't that the movie where they finally did like a PG-13? So
yeah, this is a movie that led to PG-13.
14, yeah.
But Gizmo.
Warner Brothers really shot themselves in the leg with Wonder Woman 84 because they said, "Oh, Europe is open. They're gonna show it in cinemas." All cinemas closed, and yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe in Australia, but here in Europe, we're going into full lockdown again after Christmas. So basically, the country just opened for Christmas shopping.
Get all your stuff, man. Get all the toilet paper you need.
Yeah. Yeah. 2020. If 2020 had an object, it's toilet paper.
Hey, all the post-apocalyptic movies did not predict toilet paper shortage, man. But when it comes to Gremlins, you got the Mogwai, Gizmo.
Yeah.
Cute little motherfucker, you see one like, but when the father explained the rules, I'm like, you could take him back, because if that pet got rules like that, like why would I want him around? Yeah. I can't have him in bright light. I can't get him wet, and don't feed him after midnight. And like, damn, and then you see what happened with what's his name? The fucking cock was chewed out, so he fed them after midnight, not knowing that it was after midnight.
Yeah, like it's like Gremlins is a movie where you shouldn't think too much about the rules, because also it's like when they're in the snow, isn't it also kind of water?
Yeah.
They get wet because it's melting with skin temperature. Yeah, the rules are very buggy, but when you ignore the rules, you have an awesome movie. But I would say, I know I'm in the minority, but I think Gremlins 2 is even better.
Yes! I always say I love the first Gremlins, but Gremlins 2 was just as good. It's like they took the element, they put it in New York, even though they really didn't go outside the building, so it's not like they invaded New York, the whole city. Yeah. But man, I liked the evolution of the Gremlins in that. You had one doing the news, being an interviewer. You had a female Gremlin, which was shown. Yeah, the female Gremlin was shown in the first movie when they was playing cards.
Yeah,
they explored it more in the second one.
And the spider gremlin that was also scary.
Oh yeah, that was scary.
And what I also love about the second movie, it's a love letter to cinema.
Yeah.
And
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, the cinematic version. So it was not on the VHS version.
Yeah, that's messed up.
But I think it's on the DVD. It's again a Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I love the second Gremlin movie just as much.
Oh yeah, the reason with the toys that was, and also when you watch it now, the toys, and they have like an old school toy store.
Oh man!
If you still have all these toys in this, you could fund the movie.
Oh. takes you back, man. All those damn toys. And when those little when they was smaller and they was playing in that little arcade, I was like, I had that shit. I had that. Oh man.
Back in the days when toys were toys. I think the quote from Jurassic Park when the lawyer asked him, "Is it heavy?" Yes. Then it is expensive. Put it back. The logic of the 90s.
And that was 80s money back in with them toys. Can you imagine the inflated prices nowadays?
Yeah. And like that, those babies hold a lifetime.
Yep. I like when the mother was going in the room where all the tree was at, and she see the stocking moving, and she it's the robot toy moving.
The robot. Yeah, that mother was prepared.
Yeah. Like, she wasn't no scared mom. Like, nah, she got that knife and she went to hacking.
But with that father, you gotta be prepared.
Hey, that man's inventions. What was that gizmo that he was trying to sell? Well, all the things like your shaving, your brush.
Yeah, the Pelzer multitool or something.
That every one of his inventions had faulty tech. I mean, that juice maker. About to make juice and juice fronting all over the place.
But at the convention, you had the robot from Forbidden Planet.
Yeah. Oh man, I was like, man, I need more of that convention scenes, man. I want to see what they created there.
Yeah, Gremlins is also an all-time favorite. It's always one of these movies I wait to watch again until Christmas. It's for me. It's also a very nice movie to watch also in between Halloween and Christmas because it bridges the barrier of both seasons.
Yeah. Hey, another thing we didn't talk about was that the couple that got killed by the damn tractor or the plow machine. I remember when I watched part 2 and I'm like, wait a minute, they still alive?
Yeah, that's definitely back in the days they really like it's a hard PG-13.
It's hard PG-13.
Yeah.
And
back
another thing,
back in the day nobody cared.
Yeah.
And yet we're still alive.
And another thing I just want to mention is the Gremlins theme song, man. As soon as that thing plays, especially when they bust out with that snowplow, that was like epic right there. And they all laugh, they drive and stuff. It was that theme song was just classic.
Yeah, it's and I think the most money that to pay is to pay like that they could show Snow White.
Yeah.
And of course you also have the Hi Ho song in there.
Hi ho, hi ho. And they ate everything in there, man. Everything.
It's a classic. It's a classic, and I really miss movies like, and I really hope they don't remake it. Like they're talking.
See, that was back then when they had creative ideas. They took the Gremlin concept, because Gremlin's been a concept, in certain stories, and they said, let's make it a movie. And Gremlins was one of those movies that stood the test of time. You could watch it at any given time during the year.
Yeah, and Nick's bringing out like the figures every year, especially to Christmas, like the Gremlins carolers.
That's why when Baby Yoda came out, they automatically put pictures of Gizmo next to Yoda. But I'm gonna get into the animated portion, and I'm gonna show Alvin and the Chipmunk Christmas. I love this special. I used to watch it all the time, and it has a very powerful story. When it comes to being joyful, being thankful, and
a long time, but I loved the Chipmunk.
Yeah, the harmonica play, and the kid, being sick. it definitely just brings a smile to my face rewatching this. I really love the Chipmunks Christmas special, and just the Chipmunks in general. I was always a fan of the Chipmunks. I mean, the '80s Alvin and the Chipmunk Show, classic.
I don't know how it's in the US, but here the Chipmunks were very big and like on TV every weekend. And then from one of the other day, the Chipmunks were gone.
Yeah, and then they came back with those mediocre movies.
I have never seen those movies, and I probably will never watch them.
I only watched the first one, which the first movie did have a Christmas theme to it, and I enjoyed it, but I wasn't too much of a fan of them, so I didn't watch the sequels.
But it's usually very sad already when you can see in the trailer that basically you're getting it all wrong.
Yeah. I didn't really care for Dave in the movies neither.
Yeah.
But I always loved him in the cartoons, like Alvin! Alvin always being the mischievous one, always got these scheming ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I even like the Chipettes.
Yeah, I liked the Chipettes, that male versus female thing, I love when they get together and they say who's going on sellout shows and stuff. It was always a competition between them. Yeah. Some teams. But yeah, I love the Chipmunk Christmas.
Yeah, and of course, when talking about animated, my favorite is Christmas on Eternia. He in the wonderful German double edition with the Secret of the Sword and Christmas on Eternia, which is, when you see how Skeletor's arms warm up and he really hates it. But it's also so it's so wholesome. When in the end he fights Hordak and Horde Prime.
Yep. That's another one I haven't seen in a while, but I remember watching it as a kid. And what's up, Discovery Bay?
Hey, JB.
But yeah, the Skeletor was a trip in that one. He hates Christmas, but he has a history with it, and that's what I love about those shows. When that we briefly touched on Die Hard.
We touched it, yeah. But the funny thing is, really, with Die Hard, it's I see Die Hard as a Christmas movie. It's a very Christmas movie, but Die Hard is not in my favorite Christmas movies. It's not in my favorite action movies, and it's even just plays 3 in my favorite Die Hard movies. Die Hard with a Vengeance is my favorite one, and I really love Die Hard 2.
Yeah, I think Die Hard 2 is highly underrated.
Totally. It's also a Christmas movie.
Yeah. But I think that's the reason why people didn't like it, because it was almost repeating the first one, setting the theme in Christmas, this time in DC in the airport.
Yeah.
But I really thought, William Sadler was a really good villain in the movie. And John Amos, he comes in as a babyface and quickly turned heel. He came off as somebody that, you didn't trust because of how he acted towards McClane. And then as soon as he has trust in McClane, he turns bad. I like that.
Yeah. And also, it's like, I think this movie has also one of the best throat slashes.
Shit, you know what scared me? When that dude got stabbed in the eye with an icicle.
Yeah, the icicle.
God, that was gruesome right there.
It's my hot take for today.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Die Hard 2 is totally underrated. And also what you really, we're talking about like that the new generation doesn't value hard work. Back in the days, when terrorists had a fake job as painters, they did a wonderful painting job. They took their fake job really serious.
Hey, they
had a lot of pride in the work.
Even if they faking it, they gotta put the work in, man.
Yeah, and this is also, of course, you have Patrick in there before he became the Terminator in the T2.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Die Hard too, man. Like I said, I love the first 3 movies, and after that, I can ignore.
The first one is a good action movie, but I think the second one is way better paced, and the third one, the chemistry with Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis is fantastic, and of course you also have
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. Yeah, Jeremy Irons is such a fantastic actor.
Yep. I mean, him and Alan Rickman was like two villains that I liked it the most.
And Jeremy Irons also made the first Dungeons and Dragons movie watchable.
and props to Reginald Vell Johnson in the first movie, like him and McClane's chemistry, or just by talking through the radio, was really good. So it was like build up moment when they finally met. You know, that was heartwarming.
Yeah, I mean, also it's if you can deal with Steve Urkel, you can deal with John McClane.
Hey, I always say when it comes to him, he left New York because he was in the first Ghostbuster movies and all that craziness with the ghosts. Then he went to LA, had to deal with Nakatomi Plaza and John McClane. Then he went to Chicago, had to deal with Urkel. So that man had three things he had to deal with in his life, man.
You should totally pitch this to a comic book publisher.
He was like the first crossover in three different things.
That's a graphic novel right there.
Yes, I was going to get to Home Alone. When it comes to Home Alone, the one thing that you think of as a kid is, wow, the parents left me alone in the house by myself, and I get to run this shit. I do whatever I want to do. As a kid, you thinking of all the things that you can do. You know, I can open up all the presents before they even come back.
Yeah. And this movie was also so close to real life because there was always this one guy in the neighborhood where everybody was telling horror stories of. And like in this movie, but it turned out then to be like a really good guy.
and that's the thing, you know. You would think a kid at that age being home alone is the worst thing to happen because he's by himself. So there's nobody watching him. But he spurred the moment. He said, "I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save as a freaking 8-year-old." You know. And then you got these two burglars played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. You know, the wet bandits.
The wet bandits.
They stalking the neighborhood, looking at houses to rob. You know, they settled on that. And it's like this kid was able to set up all these hilarious traps. I mean, all these traps. Joe Pesci get his head burned. Still classic moment, you know. And I just love this movie.
I mean, basically, Rambo: Last Blood is a remake of Home Alone. Just read it out.
Yeah, it's just Macaulay Culkin doing the tame damage.
Yeah, it's you know that's the thing I think with Americans is you never bother about your neighbor. You only call the police when you smell something funny for 2 weeks.
That neighborhood, I don't even think they really cared about, you know, each other outside maybe the old man. But oh man, I loved the first Home Alone. And the second one when he was in New York was really good too. I enjoyed it. You know, him being in the city and stuff. That's even worse than being home alone. It's like you home alone in the city. And New York at that time was still dangerous.
Home Alone in New York, especially back in the day.
Yeah, New York was still kind of dangerous. You know, some rough neighborhoods. Times Square wasn't Times Square back then.
Yeah, you really have to watch because we have animation here. You have to watch the second Flodders movie in New York. One of my favorite comedies. Where basically a lower class family from the Netherlands, they sent them to New York and they're gonna fuck up New York.
But you know what led to Home Alone? Uncle Buck led to Home Alone. Yeah, the movie with John Candy, because Macaulay Culkin was in that movie. And, you know, because of him being in that movie and him being so good in it, it led to John Hughes actually writing Home Alone for Macaulay Culkin, and the rest is history.
Yeah, John Candy was fantastic actor.
Yeah, man, he's another one that I really miss. Like, there was nothing bad you could say about John Candy. Even his movies that were bad were still good because of him alone.
I even loved Camp Candy, the animated.
Oh man, I watched that cartoon a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Cool Runnings, so funny.
Oh man, you're gonna have to do a special on John Candy, man.
Yeah. We will.
Joe Pesci top 10 movies.
You know what's also basically a Christmas movie? Since we're talking about funny movies, Trading Places.
True. That was Christmas was in the background of that.
Before the English stole it, like they stole everything. It's like it doesn't matter where you come from. When you go to London and go in the London Museum, you will find a piece of your culture because the British stole it.
Hey JB, we talked about Gremlins too.
We already talked about Gremlins.
Both movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trading Places definitely took place at Christmas.
Yeah. That's also a movie I have to rewatch. I remember when I watching it as a kid, I was so frustrated. Like it's like, oh, that's so. It's like it's it's just unfair.
Yeah, there were some harsh moments in the movie. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I can't imagine losing my job and being replaced by a dude who was just on the street, and then you take his spot, you go to jail.
Yeah, and it also shows basically how for some of the higher classes everything is just fun and games.
$1, man. $1 bet.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the bathroom scene with the Duke brothers really showed how they were. Like, what one of them didn't want, he wanted to keep Valentine. The other one was like, "You think I'm gonna allow a black man to run our business?" Like, I'm paraphrasing that, but
yeah.
Eddie Murphy back there, he like, "Nah, I got to fix this." And this was when, what's his name, Dan Aykroyd was on his drunken spell. You know, he had played Santa Claus. That scene was hilarious in itself.
Santa Claus outfit is one of the most fucked up, but also very iconic.
Yeah, that scene, he's stealing all the food.
Like in Bad Santa was not as fucked up as Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places.
I love Bad Santa.
Yeah,
but,
it's a classic.
Yeah, but Dan Aykroyd, he was awesome in that Trading Places, stealing all the food, putting it in his beard and his pouches and all that. And like, look at Santa stealing. They're trying to place drugs on Valentine. Yeah, Trading Places is a classic.
Isn't it also Christmas in Coming to America?
It's wintertime, but I don't think Christmas played a big part of it.
And hey, Jeff.
What's up, Fantastic and Jeff? Yeah, I don't think Christmas played a huge role in Coming to America. It was during the winter, but I think it was after Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's one movie that everybody likes, but I absolutely am not getting the humor, and it's Elf. I love Will Ferrell. I even love the bad Will Ferrell movies, except for Sherlock Holmes. That movie is total fuck up. But Elf, I don't get the appeal of it.
I'm not a big fan of that movie. And I like some of Will Ferrell's movies, but Elf was one of those movies where I'm like, it's not doing it for me.
It's too tame for a Will Ferrell movie.
I guess that's what he was aiming for.
Yeah.
Considering that it's Christmas and this Elf, he wants to do a tamer comedy for Christmas. And this is around the time he did Old School, which was raunchy as fuck.
Old School. Frank the Tank.
So it's funny how he did Old School and then did Elf. So I guess he wanted to do something in the range of, wholesome Christmas movie. and it worked out fine. You know, a lot of people really loved the movie. It's just for me, it wasn't a favorite of mine. Like,
what's way darker. Way darker are the Futurama Christmas specials. Santa Claus is gunning you down with Robo Santa.
Yeah, that opening scene in Vacation, we didn't even talk about it. Lee Majors.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Santa's them getting armed up, man.
Yeah. I think Lee Majors also plays in the movie I just pre-ordered in a Viking movie that like the Northmen when the Vikings came to America and fought Indians.
Hey, speaking of Christmas movies, let's talk about the one scene where one guy dislikes Christmas. Richard Lynch in Invasion USA. He said, "Fuck Christmas! I'm destroying everything involved with it."
Dude, that's like a rated R cringe right there.
He is the Grinch with a missile launcher blowing up Christmas.
Lady Fantastic is sending out a Christmas presents again.
Yeah, it was Bad Santa, Sam.
Yeah, Bad Santa, yeah. It's I really have to rewatch that. I haven't watched it in a few years, but it was a fucked up movie, but I really liked it.
And that's the whole point. He's a Bad Santa.
Yeah, and there's so many Christmas movies I haven't watched, and I just need to watch because I think I heard like the last 2 years a movie came out that is called Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws?
Jaws, like with a shark, with a Christmas shark.
What? No, I ain't hear this.
What? There's a because
Lord.
I love sharks. I basically watch every shark movie. Doesn't matter how bad.
Yeah, we talk Scrooge, Lady Fantastic. We talk Scrooge. Definitely love that movie.
Yeah, Scrooge is. You have to watch it later on the rewind. We already raved about Scrooge.
I enjoyed Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm not a Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
I enjoyed it. Occasionally, when I'm in the mood, I'll put it on and watch it.
Yeah. You see, Santa Jaws.
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ! Come on, man. Come on, man.
Isn't there also another, I think, like an action horror Christmas movie coming out this year with raccoons with machine guns or something? Raccoons are the cutest animals lately.
See, they coming out with all the crazy movies, you know, as D-rated movies. But they can't do that shit with Hollywood, man. It's like Hollywood lost all its creativity.
Yeah, it's like all the creativity is really now with even like Asylum has more creativity than 20th Century Fox and Disney combined. Everybody wants to play it safe and right. I mean, even I love when franchises that mean a lot to me like are carried on, but you don't have to write everything to death.
Yep.
Mr. Jack. I think it's just Mr. Jack. I don't remember that one. Also was a fantastic Christmas comic is the one by Frank Frazetta with the snowman. Which is basically like severed sort of snowman or something.
Oh, nice. Frank Frazetta Christmas.
How is it called again? Yeah, The Adventure of Snowman.
I forgot about Office Christmas Party, man. I like when movies do, like when they did the Office Christmas Party movie. And, you know, you see all the movies in the past, and, you know, you get these Office Christmas, like in Scrooge. You know, when they had the Office Christmas Party, and that girl was sitting on top of the photo scanner, scanning her butt, you know, to give pictures to everybody. I was like,
I know back in the days after school when I worked shortly for a forwarding agency, and we have like a viraling agency, and we always joked around. It's like, how you gonna kill like all of days? It's like you just put one girl with AIDS on the Christmas party, and everybody gets AIDS. Because it's like, in some companies, it's really like that with Christmas parties, everybody's fucking around.
Yeah, man. The eggnog be flying, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always so funny because with some of the movies I only have seen as a child, I always have to think what's the original name of this movie? I only have the German name in my head, and the translations of the titles are sometimes really bad. Like I think for Trading Places, the German title was I think the Glücksritter, which is like the Knights of Luck or something.
The Knights of Luck.
Yeah.
Ain't no luck in that movie outside of maybe.
Yeah, it's like you really get it when you will laugh. You have to get into the history of how movies are translated in foreign countries. Like the Godzilla movies sometimes have titles like Godzilla versus Frankenstein's monster. It's like what?
And then not only that, sometimes the foreign movies, have different posters, different artwork posters.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. I absolutely love poster variants.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, I think, from isn't from Ghana, from the African country, that has all these hand drawn posters.
Yeah,
and they look awesome.
Some look awesome, and some look like, oh, what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah, I remember Arnold is so popular in Africa. We had a visitor also from Ghana once in the museum, and I showed him around through the Schwarzenegger Museum, and we talked about Commando, and he's so funny because in Africa nobody says Arnold, but everybody loves Commando. So when you see Arnold, they will say Commando. He's Commando.
That's pretty funny right there.
Yeah.
So when they watch another movie of Arnold, it's Commando.
Commando in Commando.
And you're like, yo, he's the Terminator. No, he's Commando. Oh, man. So I went over my list of Christmas movies. You got one more? Or?
I'm also a big fan. One of my favorite TV series of all time is 30 Rock. 30 Rock has one of the best kind of humors, and I love the Christmas specials, especially the Luda Christmas one, where you have to watch it. It's like,
yeah, I didn't get into 30 Rock. I didn't get into 30 Rock, when it was out. So
I totally recommend it. It aged so well, and there's a lot of stuff in 30 Rock where when you're watching it now. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff back then that is funny right now, especially when one of the characters, Jenna, who is an actress, talked about like somebody says if she can endure it, and she was she had a casting with Harvey Weinstein. That series had told so many Hollywood like open secrets in there. Like also Epstein's sex plane is basically mentioned in that series. Tracy Morgan is so hilarious. And he has one of the best quotes that I live by. Live every week like a Shark Week. Yeah. Are you also singing night cheese in the night while eating cheese?
It's funny. I know of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler's work from Saturday Night Live, but I didn't watch 30 Rock.
You have to watch it. It's I think my 3 favorite comedy series are 30 Rock, Arrested Development, which also has wonderful Christmas episode with Afternoon Delight, and The Northman on Netflix. Funny as hell.
All right. Those are more modern sitcoms Because I know I watched Parks and Recreation, and I watched
I think 30 Rock is funnier. I mean, of course, like Married with Children is also one of my
yeah.
favorite. But I rarely count this like with comedy series because actually, Married with Children is just for me something like almost like the Wonder Years. It's like Married with Children is a series that formed me in all the good and bad ways.
I like some of the modern comedies or the sitcoms. I didn't really get into as much as I wanted to because a lot of them didn't have laugh tracks, so they eliminate laugh track. They just had the characters talking and stuff. The humor spoke for itself. It's whether you laugh at it or not. And it took me a while to really adapt to that because I was so used to the old school comedies of laugh tracks and stuff like that and performing in front of studio audiences. So it took me a while to really grasp that new style of because I think Bernie Mac was like one of the earlier ones that did it. I mean, there was some previous to him, but Bernie Mac was like the one that really started that no laugh track, just tell comedy as it is, and let the characters do the work. So that modern style of sitcoms took a while for me to get into, because I was so used to the old traditional sitcoms.
Yeah, there are some really good new sitcoms, but they're rare. Also, I think some of the modern ones don't age so well, but Arrested Development, 30 Rock, and Norseman, I've rewatched those countless times, and they're still funny. There's other things I think How I Met Your Mother didn't age so well, it was very funny when it came out. Which also has some very nice Christmas episodes with Ted has a little sister, gets hotter every day, and if I ever meet her with her boobies, I will play. Oh, sister, sister, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bernie
but
Mac, man, another great guy, man. Especially in Bad Santa. God, man. I remember I was devastated when Bernie Mac died.
That's like sadly something we really have to get used to, especially in the next years. Yeah, Communities aged also very well, but only I didn't like the later seasons, like but Community is also a wonderful Christmas episode. I'm a big fan of the paintball episodes.
Yeah, I watched some episodes. I watched Community. I agree with you. The later season wasn't all that.
I think when Chevy Chase left, it lost a lot of its humor. When you can say privately what you want about Chevy Chase, is not the most easiest person to be around.
Yeah. I lump him and Bill Murray in the same in terms of not the easiest guys to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they're on point, I personally, I'm not the biggest Chevy Chase fan, but I personally feel he works better when he's got somebody to play off of him, in his movies. Yeah. Like when there's certain movies that he does that didn't really connect with me, and then there's certain movies that he plays off well with another actor, and it works really well.
And this is why Caddyshack 1 is so much better than Caddyshack 2.
Nobody even talks about Caddyshack 2. That don't even exist. Yeah. That don't even exist.
Even Chevy Chase himself was not really interesting, but oh my god, they're one of the coolest movies. I mean, has nothing to do with Christmas, but the Three Amigos.
Oh yeah, with Steve Martin and Martin Short. Yeah, I liked that one.
That's a fantastic one.
And I enjoyed Nothing to Lose as well. With Dan Aykroyd and John Candy when and Demi Moore, they go to this place and you got to deal with the judge. Dan Aykroyd was fucking sick in that movie with his character.
I mean, Aykroyd is also one of these people that drank the Kool-Aid.
Hey, he's drinking up.
Sometimes to be such a funny character, you just have to have also been nuts in real life. I mean, Dan Aykroyd, he's really believing in this crystal skulls, like for real. You know, I like always say you can believe in aliens, you can believe in ghosts, especially in terms of metaphysics. It's like you can't prove it. You can't when you can't prove it, you can believe in it.
Mhm.
But there's so much scientific evidence against those crystal skulls.
Hey, he makes good vodka in them.
You have to watch the when he was on on Rogan.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and that's damn.
I don't want to believe in aliens, but they keep coming back.
Yeah,
They're gonna keep coming back.
yeah. The
They're
aliens
never
that come
gonna.
from Netherlands are Belgians.
The first thing they do is go after Sandy.
Yeah, pretty sure they bring her back after the probing.
Fire in the Sky was one of those crazy movies, man. So, any other Christmas things you want to talk on?
Actually, I think that's my favorite Christmas. I will mention.
I didn't even. We talk about like when it comes to the animated. You had Garfield Christmas.
Yeah, there's so many
Of course,
Christmas.
Charlie Brown's Christmas is iconic. That tree, that little busted up tree, it became a trademark. I remember
I even bought one. I even bought one. There's these little mini sets with the petty Christmas tree.
Yeah, I had a little bigger one. When they put that out, I was like, I gotta get one.
Yeah, Charlie Brown's. I've actually the thing with Charlie Brown is, I would love to watch it, but it always makes me sad. Even when I was watching the Peanuts when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, you watch it and you already felt old as a kid. Like when you watch it, it makes you feel old. Like already, like all the heavy burden of age on your shoulders.
I just wish adults talked it like they did in that show.
Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones fan in general, but the fourth one is, yeah.
I can't believe they're doing another one, man.
I think South Park summed it up the best way.
Yeah.
Like in the episode when George Lucas then also was raping a stormtrooper.
Oh man.
Oh, Lasso.
Hey, Frosty.
But he comes back every year. You just have to rebuild him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, snow can't last forever.
Exactly. It's like we would all like to hibernate in winter, and the snow hibernates in summer. So.
Yeah, man. Eventually they're gonna melt.
Yeah.
Frosty ain't no fan of no summer.
Exactly. And you always have and at least for summer you have a carrot to eat.
I really love watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer like so much. Like that style of animation with the clay animation and stuff. I really miss those old either clay animation or stuff like that.
Oh.
He has a soft spot, man.
Yeah. Maybe you can watch this year.
Hey, I'll just say this: if he melts, just get a mop him up, put him in the bucket, and keep the bucket. That way, you still have his remains.
Or it's like if you really want to honor him, like take the remains, put them into ice cubes, and then you can have him with whiskey.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been a rough year. It's been a sad year. but there were also really nice moments this year, and I really like how our community, especially in the comic book community, is celebrating Christmas. I'm seeing a lot of Christmas spirit in the live streams these days. It's really nice.
I gotta bust out my Christmas hat so I can have it on tomorrow. I should have had it on today, but I ain't grab it. Matter of fact, it's right there. Let me go grab it.
Young Indiana Jones is totally underrated. I remember watching the series when it was on German TV.
Oh,
Ooh, who's there?
here it is.
Oh, it's Santa Puff.
Yeah, and if y'all seen me wear this last year, yes, we did talk about Home Alone, Lady Fantastic.
Yeah. We talked about that.
It's Santa Claus. Yep.
Is this a robot in your head, or you're just happy to see us?
Oh man. Yeah, I had to bust out the Santa hat. I'll probably have it on tomorrow. Show before the Christmas. By the way, tomorrow I'll have a Super Rush 9000 on the show.
Arnold's weather. It's gonna be a measly year of gifts this year. Haven't done a lot of lifts.
But yeah, tomorrow I'll have a Super Rush 9000 on the show.
Sweet.
So it'll be fun talking with him.
It's gonna be a busy weekend because it's also the Mr. Olympia weekend.
Oh wow!
Later this day, there's also the the pre-charging of Men's Open. It's gonna be a very interesting year because a lot of competitors are like in their best form. Like a Big Ramy apparently brought something totally new to the table. Then you have the comeback of Phil Heath, who is a 7-time Mr. Olympia and could win it for the 8th time, surpass Arnold and tie with Ronnie Coleman.
Sweet.
So it's gonna be interesting. And of course, Dexter Jackson, the Blade, having his last Olympia at 50 years old.
Damn.
And who knows? Who knows? Like Arnold is technically qualified, so he can pop in every time.
Arnold pops in, he wins automatically because he's Arnold.
Yeah, like he did in 1980. It's still a Mr. Olympia that a lot of people really talk crap about. When Arnold prepared for Conan, and then he thought, actually, I'm in good shape. So he told nobody, and he just came to the 1980s Olympia basically as a guest. And then they decided shortly before the show that he's competing, and then he won it.
He came in out of nowhere and stole.
Please not in the MCU. Then I have to watch an MCU movie.
Who will he play in the MCU? I'm trying to think of a character.
You know, if they recast Cable, an older Cable,
that could be nice. Even I thought Josh Brolin did a great job.
They really did a great job. And I mean, also, Deadpool 2, the Once Upon a Deadpool is also a Christmas movie, basically.
Lasso said he will play Conan.
I would
Avengers.
I would really love to see a Savage Avengers movie, but I doubt that Disney could pull it off. Especially
King Conan is what, old King Conan.
Yeah. King Conan, but I doubt we will see it, sadly. Technically it's still possible, but especially now after the whole virus thing, there's not a lot of money for big budget movies, and Terminator Dark Fate killed King Conan, sadly. So no studio is gonna put a lot of money because they lost.
I'm just hope. I hope we don't see no more Terminator movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one who I like Dark Fate. I really like Dark Fate, but was it a necessary movie? No. The only thing I wanna see, and I don't know why nobody has ever done this, make a fucking animated RoboCop versus Terminator movie and
Yep.
get the visual actors as voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arnold is too nice as Darkseid.
Darkseid would be dropping
There's,
puns, man.
there's only one actor who can pull off Darkseid, and you already voiced him, Michael
Michael
Ironside.
Ironside. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. He
he's
was fantastic. Yeah, I love
yeah.
him as Darkseid.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of actors who could pull it off, but Michael Ironside is the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear Darkseid.
Same with Sam Fisher when he played Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell games. Tremors.
Tremors, such a fantastic movie. which you can also like. I mean, there's a lot of snow in it, so you have a lot of Christmas spirit. And the Iceman cometh. Stay cool, bird boy.
God.
Yeah. Anything you're looking forward to for next year?
I just want to bless this on your channel.
The first cover appearance of Red Sonja and the second appearance of Red Sonja. See, you know what? That's what bothers me with CGC and also CBCS. They need a comic book historian. Their labels are full of errors, and then people believe what's on the labels because it's kind of official. But I've analyzed Conan 23 and 40 and 23 and 24 for so many times. Red Sonja is in over 20 panels and has double the amount of speech bubbles in Conan 23. That's not a cameo.
They always make it seem like it's a cameo. That's the problem.
And also, Conan the Barbarian 23 is an adaptation of The Shadow of the Vulture, which is the only real Red Sonja story from Robert E. Howard.
Yep.
Yeah, but the book itself, like Conan 24, is my favorite cover of all times. Like every time I see this book for a good price, I pick it up because it's just magic. I think it's the best thing that Barry Windsor Smith ever did, and he did a lot of fantastic things.
I mean,
my favorite version
of it is, other guys, man.
Yeah, my favorite version of it is the Italian reprint, because the Italian reprint fixed the color mistake at the eye.
Mm-hmm. The fact that this cover hasn't been homaged as much.
It's a shame, yeah.
I mean, I'm tired of Spider-Man homages.
I don't even think that the 300 original cover is.
It's like a plain cover, just with 300 number, and then Spider-Man swinging through. It's like.
And then they basically homage it for characters that doesn't make sense at all, like a juggernaut homage to 300.
I had to turn around and check it out. And Steve put it in my bag. I was like, man, what you put in there, man? I had to check it out, man. I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna let him sneak something in my backpack and not see what it is.
I just recently bought on eBay a Spanish version of Conan 24.
Man, we need you and Sandy and stuff to come over here and hang with us hunting comic book, because I know you would have had a field day if you was with us on Saturday.
Yeah, but I need my own private plane back.
Sandy was like, she needs a boat to carry all the stuff she get.
Yeah, it's definitely
cruise shit, like
easier shopping in the US than here. I mean, sometimes you get comics for a good price here, but it's not the Spanish flu, at least. But
Yeah.
the keys you usually can get here. The problem is the run fillers. Like I have to pay often like to €5 for a run filler, which is it would be in the US like $1 book or a 50-cent book.
Yep.
But hunting comics is still fun here, and it's gonna be interesting how it will be, especially since the UK is finally leaving the European Union at the end of the year. So there's also gonna be customs again with the UK. And I order a lot of the UK, but usually when it's under €20, there shouldn't be a problem.
I saw you had that Spider-Man and the Meteor Man book.
Yes, I got that one for you. I have it here. It's a really nice condition.
Oh, that cover, man.
I'm gonna send you that one in January with some other stuff. Also, next week I have something for Jeff and for Biggie.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for that.
Is way too mainstream.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you gotta go through a listing just to get in, it's hard to get into San Diego.
Yeah, dollar bins would be like a dream. I only know one comic book store in Austria that has a dollar bin, and it's like Matt Titan Comics in Vienna. And fantastic guy that owns it. I always order my short boxes there, and it's I think it's like one of the only true shops where you get an experience like in a US shop. And it's only like in Vienna, the capital, but also now since the whole virus thing, it's even a problem to travel within the country.
Yeah, this, like I said, gotta hope 2021 is a recovery year.
Yeah.
You probably playing if you see Angelina Jolie.
Do you have any goals for 2021, collecting wise?
I still want the original Fantastic Four 52. That's gonna be on the list. Like this was like a huge Grail knocked off my list. You know, thanks to Stone Cold Steve.
Yeah. But the good thing with Conan books, they're like obtainable. Like for Conan book, it's you put aside a little bit money and can obtain it. Mm-hmm. But the first Black Panther,
that's gonna be rough. But if I can get a decent grade for it, I'll bite on it.
Yeah, that's certainly a book to not only like to invest in, but also like to put money aside. It's like that's like not only a solid book to have as a collector, but it's also a solid investment.
Yeah,
it's not money lost when you buy such a book. It's also, you know, that's a book in the future you can give to your kids or to whatever. It's like or maybe when you're 80 years old to sell them to go on a trip around the world.
Hey, I remember when another book I was hunting for, ASM 129. I didn't think that would come my way, but then I luckily won a raffle, and I have ASM 129 First Punisher. So. No,
and you got the German version of.
I got the German version of Black Panther. Thanks to you, I was about to mention that, and I was like, I get the original, and I have the German right next to each other. It'll be phenomenal. But yeah, like I said, I sometimes luck could come my way or anybody's way.
Yeah,
that's why I saw this, and me and Jeff got Sandy this first sheet and Razor. We got it for her. So
yeah, I'm currently saving money for the first Vampirella.
oh yeah. Shout out to Jeff. He was able to get that. And the cool thing is, we help out the community. Me and Steve helped them get that Vampirella 113, that hard to find book.
Yeah,
I'll contribute to that. Help each other out. That's what the community is about.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, like I said, I really want to repay Steve on this, but Steve is one of those guys that he just loves the AOK people, whether it's surprising or not.
Like I have a certain advantage because I can give Steve books that he has no other chance to get from Europe.
Yeah, but I did give Steve some Ghostbuster books that he enjoyed.
Oh, nice.
Because I knew when I was going to give him a Ghostbuster book, and he really liked it what I gave him.
Yeah, it was such a nice live stream that Lady Fantastic and I had with Steve on my channel when we okayed stuff to him.
Yeah.
Which I think I called giving back to the OK King himself.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to surprise him with AOKs because he does it with everybody else.
Yeah, he's such a fantastic guy. There's so many awesome people in the community, like also Man Cave, like the stuff he gives away. It's crazy. The Wonder Woman he gave to Magic Lasso, I've never seen Magic Lasso so touched by a book, and it was fantastic video.
Oh, Man Cave is the one guy that I don't want to battle on the hunt. That dude got so much Golden Age fire that how can I compete?
Yeah. Man Cave should get he should get an my OK within the next days. I sent in something and it just left Chicago yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll probably tune into the Mega Power Hour tonight. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, but he's like collecting his Hitler covers, and I got him 2 German covers with Hitler.
Nice.
One with Space Hitler from Captain Berlin. Yeah, there's this comic book series, the German Captain Berlin, which is a homage to Captain America, and he's also battling Hitler. So you have a lot of homage covers to the Golden Age.
Awesome. Like I said, it's fun doing this. When you go out hunting and you think of some people, help out in the community. So
yeah, it's often the case. It's also when Steve said, "Oh, he's looking, for the Boswick Black Panther covers," and I still found one in a German comic book store for cover price.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I was searching for a book for Al. He wanted one of the DC Comics Presents with Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam. They had, I think it was issue 49. They had 40 to 48, but they didn't have 49. I was like, fuck, man. I hate when I see that in the bins.
But sometimes, you're lucky. It's there's churches around like I got the Dark Horse Insider with the first front cover for 50 cents. And I immediately sold it for $50.
Yeah, man, you definitely find some gems in them dollar boxes, them 50-cent boxes, man.
And this goes all in my Vampirella #1 fund. And also like the static books that I got that I got for €2.
I know, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, man, what you can get overseas for cheap, while over here is like 20 plus.
Ooh, nice. Gonna do a whole video later, lady.
Bagging and boarding.
Yeah.
So, time to wrap?
Yep, time to wrap. So, thanks for everybody in the chat. Have nice holidays.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. Have a nice Yule, a nice winter solstice. Celebrate. Always remember, Mithras is the reason for the season. If you know history, so how the whole festival evolved.
Yep. So have a happy holiday, y'all. We're gonna be on the 2-week hiatus. We'll come back
Yes,
the first Friday. The first Friday is New Year's Day. So
if there's still internet and civilization in 2021, otherwise, happy hunting and a nice post-apocalyptic season.
and grab all the toilet paper, man.
Yeah.
I gotta close out with this hat saying.
Goodbye, everyone.
Later, y'all.